Hi there. In this video I'm going to show you how I will add a voltage indicator in the A4 B8 from 2010. And it will be going right in this area. Okay, so to remove this thing we will need a Torx T25 right in there with an extender obviously, and undo this screw, so I will be back to you when it's done. The screw is undone, and now you need one of these plastic tools that doesn't scratch trim to actually remove this, and you can pull on it a tiny bit. Yeah, a crazy man would actually directly pull on this and it will be probably okay, but yeah, I don't want to do that. So I'm putting this thing in here, and hard to do with my left hand, and pry this out, and then I will do exactly the same on the other side, and this whole thing should be coming out quite easily. And as you can see, I'm holding it at this point because it's out. These things, as you can see, they are not clips, they just latch on top of this thing. So you pull it just a tiny bit forward and everything comes out. And yeah, this is what we have in here. Let me try and give you a wide angle of this whole thing. So what I want to do now is also, in my case, disconnect these things, but yeah, it depends on what you need to do with this thing. Okay, so as you can see here, because my car doesn't have the sunroof, I have plenty of room right here in the middle for where is it, all the thickness of this thing to come in here, so zero problems. And I will put it probably exactly spot on in the middle, because the design allows it really easily. And I even think, no, I thought there's a mark in the middle to make it easy to align. No, there's no mark, but I will measure the middle. And yeah, but I will obviously first measure all of these wires to see where I have 12 volts when I put the contact. That's what I need. When I put the contact, I want to have permanent 12 volts. So I will use a multimeter and see which of these. There are a bunch of wires here, a bunch there, so yeah, I will see. Oh, actually these ones, no, I think these are for these particular sensors in here. So this plug, we don't touch it, we don't care about it, we care about these plugs in here. And yeah, after I popped a fuse, let's continue trying to measure and see where we have voltage without shorting again anything. Okay, decided to take this whole thing out. So each of these has a lever that you need to push on, and then you can pull the plug. The black ones are identical. So let me get this whole thing out and measure inside the plug so I don't short anything once again. I tried poking around in here, no fun. Not easy. Okay, so this connector doesn't have anything to do with the lights in this thing. Maybe it is related to the yellow, actually the red LEDs in there. Just my guess. And this one, obviously it's related to this sensor, which I don't know, are they temperature sensors or whatever they are. Maybe something else, I don't know. I will do an online search just for myself. So this connector gives everything to this, so in it I should find 12 volts somewhere. Figured something out. I think these two are microphones because of the types of wires in here. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so in terms of getting voltage for this thing, yeah, this red and yellow is positive and this other one is negative, the brown one. But I'm not 100% sure about this thing, and let me explain why. At the moment you press any of the buttons, this thing gets full 12 volts. So when you try to light something up, if nothing is lit up, I've seen it anywhere from 3 volts to 8 volts. So this thing is getting its voltage from electronics. It's not a direct link to the fuse box or something like that. So I'm not even 100% sure if it's getting directly the same voltage that your battery in the trunk has. So this might not be an accurate reading. This is why I'm going to bring a separate wire up on top of this, down to that pillar in that fuse box. It's not the first time I do this. When I edit this thing, its wire goes through this pillar in there. So yeah, I can do this. I know for a fact that it will work and I don't have any worries. But yeah, there's that. So I'm not going to make any connections in here for sure. So let me go and drill through this thing and put this thing on, and it has these connectors, which is perfect because I will be using them. So when I want to remove this thing, I can disconnect and let the wire hang as these things do. That's basically perfect. So yeah, let me do this. Okay, drilled the first hole in the center of this thing, and then I will drill a bigger one and then use this thing to make a hole exactly as I need for this. So let's get to it. Okay, so there is no turning back now. Then let's hope that it fits and looks good. And it's in place. And honestly, this is going to be looking quite nice in here. Doesn't affect anything. It was a spare place. Yes, I could have mounted this thing anywhere inside the car, but my initial thought was that I have 12 volts in here, so it's quite close and I can use it. But it seems that in modern cars, those 12 volts on contact are not to be taken for granted anywhere inside the car, because electronics everywhere. And yeah, the second wire is actually for the real lights. If you don't have this plugged in, those don't work. So yeah, there's that. And I will also connect this thing, which is a separate video. So let's continue. Crimped these things in place in a vise, so that's totally not how you do it, but hey, it works. So I'm going to plug them in. Brown one where it says plus, so on the copper one, and blue one on the silver one where it says minus, and then use zip ties to hold them in place, the cable itself in here, and then put this whole cable through here, then through that pillar and into the fuse box, where I will use a fuse splitter, I think it's called. Okay, so this thing is in perfect position, looking good. I will again push the wire through here and get it out of here, and I will link a video in the description that shows you how to remove the trim on this A pillar. Yeah, I think it's an A pillar. And yeah, I will continue once that is done and I have the wire down there. Everything is ready, as you can see. The wire goes through there, pops out right there. Do not put any wires in front of the airbag. Everything goes near the windshield in that part, and through that hole it will go down to the fuses. So now let's put this thing back in place. Obviously this part goes in there first, so these two things hook, then this will latch in place when you push it up, and then we will put in the screw. Let me quickly do the unpeeling of this thing. Ooh, that's nice. And tomorrow, because you can see how foggy it is already inside this car. It's quite cold outside. I will connect the wires, but for you, obviously, next directly. Okay, the wire goes through here. Everything happens behind. Oh, let me try and push this wire also in here. Everything happens behind these plastics, so we don't intervene in the deployment of the airbag. Hopefully this will never deploy, but better safe than sorry. As you can see, it's zip tied in place in 3 places, and then it goes down through a hole and comes out in here. Well, I will cut it just as long as I need it. I will give it ground from this. I already used ground from this point, so I will add a wire, which is quite simple, and then add a splitter fuse in here, because I finally bought some of those, so I don't need to jerry rig stuff. So next, let me put the cover in place and continue. Okay, here we have the negative prepared. It will be connected right there on top of another wire that I used at a point in time. And then tighten this nut over them. And then we will continue with the positive in the fuse box. Okay, we have negative and did some measurements. These two always have positive. This one has positive only when the contact is in. So that's exactly what I want. And now I will use some kind of fuse splitter for this 5 amp fuse right here. So this will be going in its place. I hope there is enough room. I think there is enough room. The fuse will be going into the lower position. So that will be exactly the fuse that was already in there, and in the higher position will be the fuse for the new thing that I'm adding in here. I will put another 5 amp fuse. Okay, 2 5 amp fuses, old one doing exactly what it was doing before, new one for this whole thing. So let's plug this in. And we should be good to go. Tuck the cables down here somewhere, like this, and obviously put back the cover. Can this thing pull out by itself? Nah, it's about as hard as pulling one of these out, so there's that. Okay, yeah, let's test this and see how it goes. Ta-da! And it's working. And when I take the contact, this thing goes off. So let me put back the contact. It shows anything that it can show. I have my door open, that's why we have beeping. And yes, this is with contact on. So the battery without the contact obviously has more voltage than this. But yeah, this is what I wanted. And let's see if we have... Okay. It guesses how much charge the battery has. I'm not sure. In time I will compare this with the reading of the calculator on this thing and see how accurate it is. And yeah, these things come in different colors, but I wanted the red because, as we all know, we already have a bunch of red in this area. So yeah, there's that. Pretty happy with this thing. So hope this video helps you. It should will help me determine when I work too much on the car and I discharge the battery, so I charge it a little bit more. Okay, so after using this thing for a few months already, you need to check the voltage on it or take it into consideration while the car is running, and you need to know the voltages, what they actually mean. So this thing means that it's quite well charged at 14.4 volts, because modern cars, they I don't know, they have a real nice charging curve for 12 volt batteries, so they don't give them just randomly a voltage and the battery takes what it can and how it can. So what you read here shows you a lot about how charged the battery actually is at that particular moment in time. And I will put next in the video just a few info about this and what it means. 14.4 for example. So there's that. And yeah, what can I say? Again, hope the video helps you, in which case please give it a like, check out my other videos, and as always, see you in the next one. Bye.